Hyderabad Construction Fraternity started in the intention of connecting our fraternity members, or I can say construction family members, to connect each other, understand, and support each other. I have many examples. Even when I last meeting, I think here we have a 21st May, if I'm not wrong. After that, even I have given at least 2-3 referrals, live witness, I think Vinay ji, और एक दो referrals किसी को दिया है, I don't remember, I'm sorry for that. And many people are connected with many ways. Even when I, and also I called last time, meeting at their premises or factory visits or showroom visits. One of our friend, Mr. Sridhar, is a realtor, conducted a meeting at his office place. Around 7 or 8 people are attended, but many people said that due to rains, they could not able to reach. In that process also, Vinay and other 2-3 members got connectivity saying that तिरुपति में एक project में उनको 100 bedrooms का requirements कुछ connect हुआ था. See here, materialization is second subject, but first connecting is the first subject. Reaching a object, then finishing the goal. And yes, as I mentioned, when we started, I think 2022, our services, I mean, as a WhatsApp group, when initially started Hyderabad, now our group is connected almost from Gujarat to Coimbatore, all the states. So that really helping each and everybody connecting. In future, definitely this hall or bigger hall now, by Vinod guidance, we have seen many halls. We thought doing the program at HICC Novotel. Today I want to announce this program going to happen at this place only, Mr. Vinod, with your all support. Because things, whatever planning, see today with the tour, I come to know the facilities, because earlier I used to come as a visitor or delegate to attend the expo. I mean, here today with the tour, really I personally, of course, about yourself I don't know, these facilities are available so that I can utilize. I was talking to Ankita ji, अगर CA का meeting, अगर किसी का meeting 10 members से 100 members तक, with the 1 or 2 days notice, we can utilize this platform as a HCF fellow member by referring our name to Vinod or followed by team. But it should be paid service, not free service. Am I right, sir? Thank you. So, for today, what we are missing, either family or business or individually. First, we need to question ourselves, are we doing business? Can we question ourselves, are we doing a business? Seriously? Everybody doing a business? Yes. Is it a serious business or a passionate business or a time pass business? Don't mind taking a couple of communities. It is not in either intention. You must be seen Marwadi business. Except, what do you call Amavasya din. Baki din there in a shop or outlet from morning 6:30 or 7 to evening even 12. Am I right? Yes. Remaining other community. Let us take my name, Gopal Reddy. So, maybe अगर वो धंधा कर रहा बोले तो, if I get a call, आज शाम को कुछ पार्टी है, 7 बजे मेरा दुकान बंद हो जाता है. नहीं तो आफ्टरनून से मेरा फोन बजते रहता है, मेरा माइंड उधर ही रहता है, कब जाना है, कैसा जाना है, क्या खाना है, क्या पीना है. But this is a difference I want to just give you everybody. See, let us do everybody serious business, even including me. That definitely give a added value. Today, one of senior member, retired person from police department, luckily is here to bless us. And his experience is definitely going to add. Thank you, sir, for joining here. And whatever, ultimately, by going this by 7 or 7:30 when we are going out, I request everybody, those who are not connected each other, again reconnect and go out. By collecting cards, definitely nothing going to happen. Even last time also I'm telling, today also I'm telling, by connecting, I'm having more than 1 lakh cards in my table. Definitely I'm not utilized. But at least similar industry people, maybe construction people to connect construction, or other people to connect with the other people. Here nobody is a competitor. For example, Chandrasekhar Reddy is a realtor, and Swapnaji is a realtor, and many realtors are there. Each other are not competitors. Maybe he is having a different kind of materials or projects. So that if they meet and discuss, maybe somewhere they can break out the some profits or losses or exchanging the clients. Am I right, madam? So like that, let us start connecting dots. At the same time, maintaining a good relationship. That is which I am looking forward. Today, my fellow sister Divya come all the way from where Hayat Nagar. She called me almost an hour back. I am really stuck in the traffic. I said that park your car nearby station, get into the metro, come back. Luckily, she is here before our meeting start. Am I right? So that will see, that is just I guided, nothing that. But if she come by car, she may reach by 7. By that time we are going out. She may say bye, bye, bye. So let us understand the subject and connect each other. Go forward. That is only our intention. And yes, myself Gopal Reddy Perivaram. I am into business last 25 years. I was in a building industry from the beginning. Today, I settled in one sector, that is a fabrication sector, which you can see like IKEA. Otherwise, now you have visited a couple of expo centers, HITEX buildings, construction with the metal fabrication. That is my business. Why I am giving my introduction? You need also introduce yourself next 1 hour. Probably connecting a person within a 30 seconds or 1 minute speedily. Myself Gopal Reddy, ऐसे नहीं बड़ा 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 नहीं, थोड़ा हल्लू, जैसे लिफ्ट में हम बात करते हैं. आई एम गोपाल रेड्डी, आई एम फ्रॉम SL Infra. We do these services. Sir, this is my card. If anything required, please let me know. Please give me your card, so that that card can create many folds. Today, for some other reason, I met our combined state CM Kiran Kumar Reddy garu to invite him for a guest for some other reason. He was trying to say, when I am talking business meeting to invite him for the other community base, one word he say that the same community, that is a business community or construction fraternity, we always need to have a competitor. The way he said that you are also builder, I am also builder. अगर competition नहीं है तो you are a monopoly. मेरा ये चलता है. ऐसा नहीं. When you have a competitor, you will try to modulate or improvise your services. Am I right, sir? So for that only we need to connect opposite person. So this way, HCF and as well as NCF willing to support you in the same way, seeking support from you for the betterment of construction facilities and fraternity. Thank you very much for joining this program. I'll be connecting again. I request now Mr. Vinod from HITEX take over the session. Welcome, Mr. Vinod.
First of all, I'd like to thank Gopal Reddy Garu for, and how we are associated with the HCF and the NCF. I'll tell you how we got connected and why we got connected and how this platform was, designed. It was already designed, but then we started, taking it into a monthly happening, with the whole intention of getting the community from the construction fraternity together and create a platform. So HITEX, most of you might be knowing that we have two different business verticals. wherein there are 3 different departments along with the private player Greenco groups are managing the property. So there are 2 that, that was the whole reason why we took you across what are the facilities what HITEX has in different combinations, whether you want to do meetings, dealer distributor meets, where all you can fit the requirements, everything we have in-house. Apart from that, there's one more vertical HITEX has is that we do our own exhibitions. We have about 8 of different IPs organized by us. So from the exhibition organizing perspective, almost about 15 plus people are with us in the team. Together, if you see, 100 years plus experience put together in exhibition organizing. When exhibition organizing is taken into consideration, then it's almost like an event management company. You name it, everything is being taken care of. So that was the 2 verticals. One is the venue leasing, another is the HITEX own shows. So in the own shows category, we have listed out a few of the exhibitions that's being organized by HITEX ourselves. We operate on machine tools and process engineering, eco-sustainability, and you see this one of the latest and new addition in our portfolio is called Global Flooring Solutions Expo, and that's the premium and the only show in India, the first and one of its kind exhibition launched only for the flooring solutions. You name it, whether it is industrial, whether it is residential, outdoor, sports, everything, anything and everything related to flooring. It could be industrial, commercial, residential, everything. So the show is scheduled from 7th to 9th of November. So apart from that, we have a few B2C shows wherein we organize an expo on kids related products and services, which is called Hyderabad Kids Fair. I'm sure some of these exhibitions you would be aware of it and probably would have visited them as well. And we have a SportX India, which is again a very unique show which happens for the sports related activities, and probably you might be knowing about the Hyderabad runners. We have a marathon that happens annual, so that happens along with Sport Expo. So that's the portfolio of Sport Expo. So these exhibitions, basically, we connect more than 25,000 plus, the B2C exhibitions, whether it is Hyderabad Kids Fair or SportX India or PetEx, which for again pets related products and services. Very unique. Probably some of them might be knowing what are they doing on these particular subjects. But yes, it has a huge market on its own, and there's a complete different angle of being. So this is the upcoming calendar of our own shows. So the immediate one is in August. We have the India Process Engineering Exhibition and Conference and the EcoSustain Expo happening together. EcoSustain Expo again might be of useful for some of the builders, and because it talks about solid waste management, water management, water waste management. And then comes the Sport Expo, which is again in the August. Then is our subject, the flooring exhibition, the launch edition of Global Flooring Solutions Expo. It's a 3-day event starting from 7th and gets over on 9th. And to add upon that, we are doing a 1-day national level conference, technical conference on the flooring solutions on the 2nd day of the event, for which obviously everyone in this group who are here will be getting the inputs as and then we grow. So that's a brief about what G Floor Expo is. I'm sure everyone would have got a pamphlet when you come inside, which talks about the G Floor Expo. I would request everyone to just, you have a QR code on it. Whoever are directly connected with the industry and would like to visit the show, you can take a minute of yours and make sure that today, before we leave, you register yourself as a visitor. That would be a great helping hand for us to show your support to the industry and to the initiative HITEX being taken.
Sorry. If those who are having a pamphlet, please scan and can you take a minute and fill it if you don't mind? Otherwise, can we get a couple of pamphlets? Because we'll forget again. We forget everything and we will again concentrate on second subject. So that for that reason only we are asked to fill it. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you everyone for taking your time and on our words, trying to register yourself as the visitor. And we have tied up with HCF as a supporting organization for the Global Flooring Solutions Expo, and we intend to create a separate networking zone during the expo for the HCF members and NCF members, where they could set up the meetings, have their meetings happening in that particular launch that's being planned. It's very much in the initial stage, but being the industry fraternity member, I'm sure I can take the liberty to expect the fullest support from you, because we are in Hyderabad, and who else can we expect more support from other than the local Hyderabadis. The intention of this exhibition is, with a long-term plan, we want to convert this as a national level exhibition wherein visitors from pan-India come to Hyderabad to visit the show here. And probably we would take the legacy to the other states from here. We will branch out. So that's the reason we have collaborated with HCF and looking forward for the best from going forward from here on. Thank you, and wish you all a wonderful session going forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Vinodji. Thank you for the good information. Definitely, we are all happy to support with you, HITEX. And now second section starts with the program. And before that, today we are happy to announce that again, apart from this HITEX, we are collaborating our hands with many people. Today, Ankita ji is here as a president, AIWCCA. I don't know full abbreviation, she will give you. I request Soni, Ankita Soni ji, please come over here. And Vice President, she's the president, and Vice President Vinita ji, and as well as Executive Committee, Raj. Yeah.
Tour of the premises and information all you have given. I am CA Ankita Soni. I am the founder and president of All Indigenous Women Chartered Accountants of India. This is the first association which is only for women chartered accountants across the nation, and we are happy to say that it is from Hyderabad. So we are registered in Hyderabad, and all the members across the country are joining us. So we have members from Amritsar, we have members from Chennai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Gujarat, Rajasthan, and we are trying to touch even the northeast states very soon. And we have with us Vinita Nuti, she is a vice president of our association, and we have Hanita Raj with us. She is executive committee member of the association. So 3 of us are from Hyderabad. Our secretary is from Ahmedabad and treasurer is from Rajasthan. And we have 2 more executive committee members. One is from USA and one is from Goa. So because of that, they are not present here. And we have with us Shilpi Jain. She is our first lifetime member of the association and leading the indirect tax committee of our association. So under her, we have many other chartered accountants who are in different state, experts in IDT but in different states. And we have with us CA Sita, then Anusha, Sita, Anusha, and Pranjali. So these 3 beautiful chartered accountants, they are members of our association and they were willing to meet all of you, and so they registered for the event and they are here today. Thank you for coming. Thank you so much. Yeah, so this is what I wanted to inform all of you. And can we just talk about our MOU? Yeah. Okay. So we are very happy to announce that we are entering into MOU. Our association is entering into MOU with Hyderabad Construction Fraternity as well as national right? Yeah, national Construction Fraternity. So yeah, we have a MOU with us and we are signing it today. Thank you. And for Gopal Reddy sir, I would like to say a few words. A very dynamic person. We have met till now. We have met. This is the 3rd time we are meeting in person. That's it. But we have a very good connection. So we connect on the. I think the ways that what we share is the social service. So we both feel for our fraternity, and that is the reason. I think we got connected in the first meeting itself. So thank you, sir, for being so nice and so dynamic.
Thank you for your words. I was preoccupied with other event. First connectivity was with the HTEC. Then second connectivity with the HITEX. Now women tax. Please. Now we are signing MOU. Thank you.
Save your money.
Please welcome. She is a panelist for the today, GST specialist. We have another 20 minutes panel discussion on GST. As please support as a mentor or moderator, please. And also, she is a director in All India Ladies Entrepreneurs Alliance, and she is supporting our HCF as well as NCF, a long journey and support. Thank you, Rajnikant.
CA Shilpi Jain with us. She is into practice for more than 11 years and she is practicing only in GST. So she is expert, GST expert. She is partner in Hiregange and Associate, which is famous CA firm practicing in indirect taxes only. So whenever we have any doubts in GST, our first call is to Shilpi. So yes, Shilpi, thank you for being there always. So I will hand over the mic to Shilpi now.
Yeah. So I prefer to stand.
Yeah, please.
So wherever I go, I tell them first when I have qualified CA. I qualified in 2008. This is just to tell that I am not as young as I look. Okay, they don't take me seriously. So that is why I tell this. So I am not going to get too much deep into GST. Just certain aspects I will tell you and then I can take any questions that you have. What is GST? Any other answer? Sorry? Yet another tax. Gabbar Singh tax. God save us tax. It's slowly getting into that stage, but if you look at what is GST, it is nothing but old wine in new bottle. Okay, so earlier you had VAT, you had service tax, you had various other luxury tax, entertainment tax, all those kind of things, which is now clubbed together and they've given it to you as GST. Lot of confusion. Lot of things that were settled have now again become unsettled in GST. So it is, for people like us, it is another 50 years of practice that we have. Things will not settle very easily. Okay. So GST, if you look at what it is today, they are automizing everything. Okay. Before GST came, what happens? People's books were not ready before the auditor said it is a due date for you to file your income tax return. Please give me your books. Correct? And many a times, as we know, auditors have drawn up the books. What are the vouchers that you're having? What sales figure is there? This, that. So it was a last minute rush. Today, what is happening? Every day. Every day you are uploading your invoices. Your return is automatically coming. You are making some changes and you're filing. Correct? It is going to be further automized. From July 1st, there are two returns, okay, forms if I have to say, GSTR1, GSTR3B. GSTR1 in a layman term, if I have to say, you put in what is your income on which you are going to pay tax. Forget about your expenses. GSTR1 is your income, whatever invoices you have raised, right? So from 1st July this year, they are saying your GSTR1, you cannot change anything in that. Okay? They say, what happens today when I sell something, I issue an e-invoice. E-invoice automatically gets reflected in my GSTR1. Sorry, not GSTR1, GSTR3B cannot be edited. That's the form in which I pay the tax. Okay? So as soon as I raise the invoice, it comes into my GSTR1. From there I can make changes. Okay, my invoice was supposed to be for 10 lakhs, but for some reason it is entered as 15 lakhs, I will change it. Or rate of tax I've put it wrong, I will change it. Customer GST number is wrong, I will change it. So I can do it in my GSTR1, which is my 11th of every month that I file. 3B is 20th of every month that I have to file. So if it's a May GSTR 3B, you have to file it by June 20th. So what you are putting in your invoices return GSTR1, that will auto-populate into your 3B, which is your payment return. So they are saying if you put 1 crore turnover in GSTR1, you cannot change it in 3B. There is another midway form which is there, you please do it through that. Okay? So the government's intention now is, people are saying GST is increased my compliances, I have to file GSTR1, 3B, there is another GSTR6 which is for ISD, many other returns are there based on the kind of business it is. So government says now you don't have to worry, you only raise your invoices, we will do your returns. You only check whether it is right and file it. That is ultimately going to happen another 2-3 years. For sure that is going to happen. They intended this when GST came itself, but the systems were not so robust to support this. Okay, so take my word, please automize your processes, ensure that things are properly fed into the system, your returns will get auto drafted. Over a period of time, I think government will draw up our financials. This is your financials, this is your profit and loss account, this is your balance sheet. That is how they are collecting the data. One more, if I can tell you, okay, there was one of our clients who came and said, the invoice date is say 16th June, but the officer is telling me, say 16th June last year, but the officer is telling this vehicle had come from another state. So the officer is telling 16th June, that vehicle as per toll data is not in Telangana, it is in Delhi. How did you get an invoice or invert date of 16th June? So that is the level of data that is getting integrated. Okay, so this is what GST is planning. It is ensuring that people have their data properly as they are doing business. It is ensuring that government is getting data to ensure that they are not getting duped. Earlier law, what happened? She gave me an invoice with GST, service tax. She never paid the tax. But when I sold to someone else, I used this tax. What she has given me in invoice, I used this tax to pay that tax. So the government was giving credit to someone of a tax that they never received. They were giving refund of amounts that they never received. So GST is that where they are trying to curb all of these. That is why you'll see a lot of people have got notices. Your supplier has not filed, he has not paid tax, you please reverse the credit. Okay, so all those kind of issues are there. So as part of this construction industry, one thing that I can see is when you are supplying, in case you have builders as your clients, okay, direct builders as your clients, if it's a residential project, they don't get credit. So when they discuss with you the terms, they are not bothered about tax. They tell you, please give me an all-inclusive rate. Alright? So then under GST, you have to see how you can optimize your costs, how you can use your credits, whether it is possible for you to take a composition scheme registration and tell the builder that I'm under a composition scheme. If you're a service provider, you can look at a composition scheme. Say if someone's a, I don't know, manpower supply or a designer, architect, that person can look at a 6% tax if his turnover is 50 lakhs below. This person will not have any major credits. Okay, but if you're a trader, this is not something to opt for. So there is something where planning can happen. One more thing is, like today we saw HITEX, right? What I saw, it is all PEB structures. Department says if HITEX has constructed or got constructed these PEB structures, whatever expenses it incurred and paid GST department says it is not eligible for credit. But there is a Supreme Court decision in service tax context, support of which I can take and say that PEB structures I am eligible for credit because it is not an immovable property. It is not like my concrete building, right? I can dismantle it and put it elsewhere. Like he said, there is a open area wherein I can put a structure for you if you want to have something. So many a times clients take conservative view. So if you are in that sector, you are doing a PEB or any other thing where they can be eligible for credit, it can be enabled. If you are a person who is supplying safety systems, fire safety systems and those kind of things, that credit can be enabled to your builder clients or your any other B2C clients which they can do. So just one more point with it I will close. GST in India is very complex. Okay, there is VAT, GST all over India, or say all over the world, but it is not as complex as it is in India, because in India we have to ensure tax goes to each state appropriately. It is not that we are one nation, one tax. No, every state wants its share of tax. So you have to ensure you pay the proper tax. CGST, SGST or IGST. So if you are paying SGST, which state are you paying to? Are you paying to Telangana or you were supposed to pay to Maharashtra? Those things you have to keep in mind. Rate of tax is another very big issue in GST that we are having today. Service tax was a blanket rate. Not 18, it was 15, 12.36. Those kind of rates were there. Even if you look at customs, majorly it is one tax, 10%. Only a few products there is a different. They know there are classification issues. That is why over a period they stabilize the rates. But in GST today you have 5, 6, 7 rates. Over a period, 20 years, 25 years, we will see rates stabilizing in GST, but that's a far-fetched dream. But today you have classification issues also. So people doing government contracts will know. Before 22, I think, there were 12%, 18%, 5%, and they had migrated from service tax regime. So government was not paying them tax. Service tax rate was 15%, 12.36. Government says GST is come, I am not going to pay you 18%. So a lot of contractors, their amounts are got stuck with the government. They are not paying and the department is asking the contractor, do you please pay the tax? I don't care whether the government department has paid to you or not. Right? So if you sell something to your customer, if your customer does not pay GST, that does not absolve you from your GST liability. You have to pay GST to the government. Like say if I go to Ratnadeep, I tell Ratnadeep I will not pay GST. Still Ratnadeep has to pay GST on the sale that it has made to me. Right? So this industry, based on what kind of products you have, who is your customer, vendor, their input tax credit profile and various other things, you could have various complications which you will have to take care and it will all settle over a period. But yes, for sure, GST is looking at an automated system over a period of time. Thank you.
Thank you, Shilpa. We have a couple of questions. Rajni ji.
Thank you, Shilpiji. And I want to ask certain questions. Can you explain us what is this composition scheme about for the service sector and all?
Okay. So composition scheme. See, today if there is a service provider, say a person who's supplying manpower or an architect, okay, he charges a fees of 10 lakhs. He will charge me 10 lakhs plus 18% GST. But if this person, this service provider, his revenue in the financial year is not more than 50 lakhs, he can say, I will opt for composition scheme, in which case he will charge 10 lakhs plus 6% GST. Okay, so if I'm a residential builder, a builder who's doing residential complex, apartments, I am not eligible for any credit. 5% I will charge my customer. I cannot do anything with what my vendors are charging. Okay, so in that case, if this architect's income is less than 50 lakhs, he can actually opt for composition scheme, charge 6%, by which I will save as a builder 12% cost. So this is only architect that I talked of. Various other services which can be done. There could be manpower supply, there could be some installation services, those kind of things. So this 6% is only for service providers. There is a composition scheme for traders as well. But I will not recommend, because a trader buys with GST and sells again. So for him that GST will get added and cost will only increase. The service provider, as an architect, I will not have expenses on which I pay GST. Maybe I'll have a rent max to max. But many people do operate from their homes or things like that. So majorly they will not have. So that is an option that can be explored. Yes, there are other terms and conditions also which are there in the law for composition scheme. That also has to be complied with.
And how do you deal with any letter from GST department asking for clarification about GST R1, 3B, ITC, RCM, rent, etc. like that?
So one very important point from GST perspective that you have to understand, difference between GST and income tax. Income tax you will pay on your profit, correct? 100 rupees is my sales, 100 rupees is my sales, my procurement cost is 90. 10 rupees my profit, I pay income tax on 10. GST is on what?
Say
100. GST is on 100, not on 10. Plus, if GST department alleges or they say that you have suppressed information, you are doing a transaction fraudulently, they can impose 100% penalty. So 100 into say 18% is the tax that you have evaded. Evaded means you may have missed to pay in some other context. You thought no, this was not liable to GST, or it was 6% and you paid 6% whereas it was 18%. So assume there's a 12% short payment of tax. Department will levy another 12 rupees as penalty if they prove that you have suppressed information, you have done business fraudulently to evade tax. Additionally, 18% per annum interest, that's all. So by the time department comes, it will be 3 years, 4 years. So your interest also almost doubled. So if you are doing any mistake, I'm not even saying evading tax, if you are doing any mistake, department will give you 3 times the tax amount as a demand. So that one point that I should be able to prove I have not suppressed information, I am not a fraud, is to ensure that you provide whatever information department is asking within the law. Okay, not that anything they ask we will give, no. So if they send you a letter, if they send you a mail communication asking there is a difference in your returns, please explain. You please explain to them. The notice that they have given may have wrong figures. Please write to them and say that it is wrong what you have given, or I don't have a basis for what you are giving me. Please provide me the basis. This is my figure, I am doing this. So the law says, if you do not disclose information that is required to be disclosed to the department as per the law. Okay, so in my GSTR1, that is my invoices, revenue return, I am also supposed to disclose my interest income, which is not liable to GST. Correct? If you get a bank interest I don't have to pay GST. but still I have to disclose that income in my GSTR1. So whatever forms are there, whatever information is asked, please fill that. Don't say this. There's no GST on this. I need not disclose. What is the big deal? Okay. So whenever you're asked for any information, please give that. Whatever forms you're supposed to file under the law, whatever information is asked under that, please submit that properly. Okay. If you don't do this, they can allege fraud. Otherwise, I can always say I paid 6% tax. No, I was supposed to pay 18 is what you're saying. I paid 6%. I disclosed it in my returns. I've said 1 crore I paid at 6%. So I'm not fraud. I've not suppressed anything. I've openly said this is what it is. At least you can save some penalty. Interest is automatic. You cannot save. Okay. So that is the relevance of giving information to department and replying to department requests. Okay.
So
Yeah.
if we get a notice from GST department, how can we answer that? Is it online or we have to visit the department?
See, sometimes there are letters or mail communications which are sent. Those will not be uploaded in your GST portal. Okay. So your department officer also will not know that this letter has come to you. It will all be auto generated letters. What happens? The AI identifies, you file returns, 2 fields are not matching which you are supposed to match. So automatically that notice will come to you that please there is a difference, you explain what it is. If you go and ask department officer, he will also not know that this kind of a letter has come to you. So if it's come over mail, the letter itself has come to you over mail, prepare a reply, submit, give it on mail, plus go to the department office, get an acknowledgement that I am submitting this letter. Okay, both ways is always better. One more way is you could get show cause notices, orders that will come into your GST portal. In your mail, you will only get intimation that an order is issued or a notice is issued. Please check your portal. So that will require you to log into your GST portal and upload your reply.
Okay. And how to deal with the professional tax notice for GST registered dealers?
So Ankita will brief on that first
Yeah.
and then she will reply.
Yeah, before concluding this GST, I have a common question. For example, the new entry people or service providers, is it everybody need to register for the GST?
There is a turnover limit of 20 lakhs per annum.
Okay.
Okay, and 20 lakhs is not per product. So if you are dealing in 5 products or you are providing 5 types of services,
Okay.
it is not service wise or product wise. PAN basis. PAN basis.
But they need to be registered before, I mean, after crossing turnover or before?
After crossing 20 lakhs is compulsory under the law.
Okay.
Voluntarily, if you want to register, they will allow you to register and pay tax. But the moment you are registered, say you are 15 lakhs turnover today, you register today saying that I will pay once I cross 20 lakhs does not work.
Okay.
The moment you are registered, you have to start paying. Okay, one more thing, when you are counting this turnover limit, you also have to add your interest income. You think that is not liable to GST, right? I get bank interest. I have operational turnover of 17 lakhs. 4 lakhs I have bank interest. 17 lakhs is not more than 20. That does not work. PAN basis, all turnovers you have to, all incomes you'll have to look at.
Thank you. Any questions from members? Quick questions, not big questions.
Madam, thank you very much enlightening. See, after my retirement, one rental basis building I purchased and I am getting GST. See, in the meanwhile time, in 2021, I purchased and given another one rental property. So in that GST, without knowing my concern, that builder deducted. So I applied for this GST input tax. So I taken only what that out of 1 crore, some 50 lakhs is building and 50 lakhs is interiors. So I took only for this 50 lakhs interiors input tax. So once I got the demand from GST department, from state, not from central. So I replied. So he dropped. After 3 years, again, unfortunately, my file, that area comes changed another circle. So that GST Assistant Commissioner again raised and sent me the demand. So I went there. Are Baba, I already got this order also, is file is closed. No, you have to pay 20 lakhs. Again he gave me the demand. So what I did, I approached one GST consultant. We paid 10% tax and I appealed thing. So there I win the case. So now how to get that money back? And see, I am some government employee and having some retired this thing. No, a common man who is doing the business, a 10th class person or intermediate person, what is his fate, madam?
That is why I said, sir, in the beginning, God save us tax.
God
Save us tax.
save us.
So once you got that order, you have to file a refund application that based on this order, I am required to get back my 20 lakhs. I got a favorable order, you please give it back. The government has to give it back to you with interest because there is a time limit. I think 3 months or 6 months from your
10% only, madam. I didn't
Correct.
pay.
Correct, sir. The 10% also you should get back the refund.
Acha, not that will not reflect in my website or
No, you have to apply for refund.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
So actually, we are into trade of construction materials. So basically, our clients like they will be, they might be from another state. So but they are doing their projects here. So they will be holding their state GST. For example, AP, Karnataka, or some other states. So how, like, in what way we have to bill? Like it should be like a IGST or CGST or SGST. Like how to?
You are supplying materials, goods.
Yes, the construction is happening in Hyderabad, but the GST what they are holding is of their state.
Understood. So you are supplying goods, no? Nothing
Yes.
else. You're not doing service for them.
No.
So I say I am that person, your customer outside your state. So you will bill me in Andhra Pradesh. You will deliver it at a site in Hyderabad.
Yes.
So you will have to charge IGST only because I am in another state.
Okay. IGST.
Yes.
Thank you. Any questions? Real estate? Any other? Sridhar garu, any questions? Oh, many questions covered. Still, any questions? Okay, thank you. And let us start with the second subject by Ankita ji. What do you, Ankita ji?
Yeah, thank you so much. So I think I'll go as per the audience requirement. So just I want to have a idea. How many of you are dealing in goods? Just if you can raise your hand. Okay, you can lower your hand. How many of you are dealing in services? Okay, got it. Thank you. Thank you so much. How many of you are already registered for GST? Okay, great. How many of you are falling under tax audit? Tax audit. Income tax audit. Income tax audit. Okay. And GST audit? Subject to GST audit?
Department GST audit.
Yeah, departmental GST audit? Okay, fine. Anybody who is having pending notices under GST? Or in appeal, like sir, you are having. Okay, so based on that I will cover. Fine. So because there is so many things to be covered, so I want to be very clear, like what exactly I want to cover. Fine. So let's start with the business entity. So we have a different business entities: proprietorship, partnership, LLP, company. Right? I think I covered almost everything. So you may be having any of these business entity. So just check whether all the required registrations like GST. Then we have a Telangana Shops and Establishment Act registration. Then we have professional tax registration, right? Then we have a trade license which is required. Then you have something called CLRA, like contract labor registration. Then PF ESI. If you have more than 10 employees, then you need to register for ESI. If you have more than 20 employees, then you have to register for PF. So all this I just wanted to cover. That you have to make sure that whatever is the registration requirement, if you are a businessman, you must be aware first what is applicable to you as per your state and whether you are registered or not. First thing. Second thing, if you are registered, whether you are complied, if you are registered under professional tax, then you have to pay your annual professional tax as well as your monthly professional tax, and you have to file your return also. How many of you are aware there is such requirement in Telangana? Professional tax requirement. And how many of you are filing it already? Filing and paying it. Right? If you are GST registered person and you have not registered for professional tax, you may get notice in 1 2 days, because revenue, this government has started collecting revenue, okay, and as a part of the revenue collection, all the GST registered dealers are getting professional tax notices, and they are sending from 1780. So 1st July 2017 onwards, they are asking, produce your books of accounts, produce your salary register, produce your P&L and balance sheet and everything, tax audit report and income tax return and everything. So based on that, you are supposed to pay. So if you are not registered, make sure you are registered. Voluntarily you pay. It is 2,500 per annum for your proprietorship or partnership firm. And if you have employees, then for every employee up to 15,000 gross salary, it is nil. 15,001 to 20,000, it is 150 rupees per month. Above 20,000, it is 200 rupees per month, which you have to deduct from the employee's salary, and you have to deposit to the government every month along with the return filing. Apart from this, one major thing which you have to keep in mind, because you are into the business which involves a lot of cash, I believe. So deposit of cash. So whenever you are depositing or withdrawing cash from your current account, your saving account, and you are doing transactions, please make sure that you are taking advice from your chartered accountant, because it will affect when you are going for finalization of books of accounts. And based on the cash transactions, you get notices from income tax department. It is very easy for them to catch how much you are depositing, how much you are withdrawing, and based on that, very good chance that you may get notices to explain the source of the cash you have deposited. You must be having answer for that, and for that, books of accounts to be maintained, as Shilpi has rightly said, now it is a requirement of books finalization monthly. So in our office, we make sure that we finalize books of accounts of our clients on monthly basis, not even annual basis. So this is what I just wanted to convey from my side. I think I covered most of the things. If you have any questions, please let me know.